Today's a pretty big day. We finally got some boots on the ground here in Alaska, and some mining equipment here, and we're going to go see if we can find some gold. At just 28 years old, Parker Schnabel has thrown himself back into gold mining, risking $100,000 on a new location in Alaska. 180, 200, 214, 65. Not bad. One group is digging deep into unexplored soil, while the other looks for quick gold to keep them going. Despite dealing with broken machines and using borrowed equipment, they continue. Did Parker shut down his Alaskan mine after striking too much gold? Explore with us their intense efforts to strike the definitive jackpot, betting big under the northern skies. Parker Schnabel managed to retire at 28, an age when most are just kick-starting their careers. 12 years ago, at 16, Parker took control of his grandfather John's claim in Alaska, growing it into one of the largest gold mining operations in the Klondike. Now he's gambling again, investing $100,000 in a new claim back in Alaska. Is it a smart move, or is he just rolling the dice with his fortune? The stakes are high. Parker's team is divided between two sites on the claim. The first team is digging through 30 feet of earth on virgin ground, hoping to strike high-grade gold, while the second team races against time, needing a quick find to keep the business afloat. It's a frantic push to extract value from the earth, reflecting more of a frenzied gold rush than a measured business strategy. Compounding the chaos, Parker is forced to lease a wash plant because the one he ordered isn't ready. His foreman, Mark, has seen leased equipment fail before, making this seem like a desperate stopgap rather than a thought-out plan. The logistical nightmare of setting up the plant only adds to the gamble. They struggle to fit a 20-foot tailings conveyor, Parker directing the operations with pinpoint commands. They aim for the plant to process 150 yards of soil an hour, a lofty goal given their haphazard setup. As the season progresses, Parker organizes the first major gold weigh-in, aiming to lift spirits and evaluate their progress. They uncover 430 grams of gold, just under their target of 14 ounces, which would have been worth over $23,000. Despite narrowly missing their goal, the team celebrates. The hard work seems to be paying off, but the actual profitability and sustainability of their operation remain uncertain. Amid the hard work, Parker tries to keep morale high by promoting crew members and gifting them $12,000 in gold, a generous act that also serves to motivate the team. The endless days and continuous operation of the wash plant and sluice paint a stark picture of the relentless pursuit typical of gold mining. It's less about the joy of discovery and more about the grueling, gritty reality of extracting every ounce of value from the ground. The narrative of Parker's operation, laden with technical difficulties, financial gambles, and physical exhaustion, challenges the romantic view of gold mining. Each decision to push on, each new investment, and each adaptation to unexpected challenges reveal a cycle of relentless effort with uncertain returns. Coarse gold. Yeah, real coarse. I like that. Parker's leadership is tested repeatedly as he navigates through equipment failures, operational challenges, and the constant pressure to produce profitable results. The reality of modern gold mining through Parker's experiences showcases a blend of hope, ambition, and sheer will against a backdrop of unyielding natural and economic conditions. The operation's dependence on high-stakes gambles and the constant influx of cash into demanding ventures highlight the precarious balance between loss and gain. Through Parker's story, we see not just the potential for great reward, but also the heavy toll that such endeavors can exact on those who dare to chase the luster of gold. They quickly got the dew box set up, and it was processing lots of material down the sluice at Puckersnubble's airstrip in no time. But things didn't stay smooth for long. Mitch and Tyson had to stop Big Red several times after Evan noticed rocks in the sluice run. Mitch decided to check things out himself, telling the camera crew that this meant they had a big problem. A torn screen. Rocks that size getting through meant a large tear, which could really mess up their operations. With rocks getting into the system, they were causing areas where gold couldn't be captured. Mitch explained he'd have to manually pick these rocks out and replace the screen. As challenges subside, new troubles arise, testing the team's grit. From mechanic breakdowns to golden triumphs. Mitch pointed out that the materials they were processing were sharp and rough, as could be seen by the debris left behind. The screens were originally quite delicate, and after being constantly bombarded with harsh materials, they inevitably wore down and needed replacing. So they removed the old screen and installed a new one, securing it in place to once again sort the larger rocks from the finer, valuable dirt. When the screen integrity was compromised, larger rocks could also fall through, interrupting the water flow during the sluicing season and preventing the gold from being effectively captured and washed out. Mitch stressed that they had ended up with a defective screen. Despite the difficulties in getting Big Red up and running, the team remained hopeful that their earlier troubles were over. Now that Big Red was operational again, they were all ready to get back to work. Evan was praised by everyone for his sharp eye in spotting the rocks. His attentiveness prevented a buildup that could have disrupted the gold extraction process. Mitch felt a deep sense of responsibility in running the plant and appreciated the trust his team showed in him. This was a significant moment in his career. After what felt like forever, they finally got Big Red working well again. The crew was relieved and grateful that their hard work hadn't gone to waste. Now all that was left was to keep the machine well fed and running smoothly. It was also Mitch's birthday, and a huge surprise awaited him. A gold ashtray made entirely of gold, a gift from Parker and the team. If that's a sign of what's to come, then we're in the right spot. The ashtray, valued at $12,000 and weighing 6.95 grams, astonished Mitch. He was overwhelmed, hardly able to believe such an extravagant gift was for him. As the crew laughed, Parker joked that others might get such a gift in the next 30 to 40 years. As the crew celebrated Mitch's birthday and their success in fixing Big Red, they eagerly awaited the first gold yield from the runway cut. The timing seemed perfect. They watched as the scale numbers climbed impressively to 51.6, valuing the find at $90,000. They realized the potential of Big Red. If it could keep running like this for a week, it might bring in $500,000. Meanwhile, another wash plant, Lucifer, was also doing well without much fuss or close monitoring. Its previous cleanup had brought in 210 ounces of gold. Now, as the crew gathered to check the latest harvest, they were thrilled to see the numbers go up to 360.05 ounces, nearly $600,000 in value. The excitement was infectious. If Big Red could match Lucifer's output, the financial gains would be significant. Yet beyond the bustling activity of the gold mining and giving lavish gifts, one might wonder what Parker does in his downtime. Initially, Parker Schnabel was just another miner working under his grandfather John at the Big Nugget mine. He wasn't meant to be the main character, but after his grandfather stepped back in Season 2, the show shifted its focus to Parker, propelling him to significant wealth with a reported net worth of $10 million by 2020. When someone on Reddit speculated about Parker's wealth, Parker himself joined in the discussion. He thoughtfully commented on what his life might have looked like if he had never been on the show. This reflection highlighted how the sudden fame had changed his life's path. One might wonder what different paths could have been taken if the television show had not landed in Haines. This twist of fate led Parker Schnabel away from a more traditional education in mining engineering at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. thrusting him instead into the limelight of a reality TV show about gold mining. This show has provided both fame and intense demands on his time, which have shaped his life in significant ways. With the machine fixed and celebrations in order, the crew contemplates their journey so far. The real costs of mining dreams, the show, while bringing opportunities and public recognition, also demands a high price. Parker himself has admitted on the show that his intense focus on mining led to the end of his relationship with his former girlfriend, Ashley Yulee. This stark revelation highlights the trade-offs that come with such a consuming career. Despite these personal sacrifices, Parker manages to carve out some downtime. He enjoys visiting London to watch his show being edited, spending time with his film crew, and engaging in casual activities like traveling, playing in the snow, and spending time with his dog. Financially, Parker's choices reflect a surprising, down-to-earth attitude. Instead of flashy cars or luxurious homes, he chooses to reinvest his earnings back into his mining business, purchasing practical tools like new bulldozers. His spending habits reveal a man who remains grounded, focused on his craft rather than the trappings of wealth. His grandfather, John Schnabel, is a figure worth noting too. John, who was part of the Gold Rush show, had an adventurous life that began in Kansas and led him to Alaska in search of a new start. His life story includes running from the laws as a bootlegger, serving in the military during World War II, and starting a family with 5 children. We've spent the last 5 years looking for a massive project, and we just got one. I should be stoked. Mining came to him as a second career later in life after a major surgery, showing his resilience and determination to stay active. John's tenure on the show provided viewers with a glimpse of his tough spirit and dedication, traits he passed down to Parker. His adventures include buying a sawmill, fighting legal battles for land rights, and navigating the challenges of dealing with a multitude of heirs to secure property. These stories of struggle and persistence underscore the rich, though challenging, life he led, shaping the legacy that Parker would inherit. Parker's journey on the show is not just about seeking gold, but also about the broader challenges of maintaining relationships, managing a successful business, and making tough personal choices. The allure of gold and the harsh realities of the mining business are balanced with moments of personal reflection and connections with those close to him. In this way, Parker's story is a modern continuation of his grandfather's, filled with both the rewards and the hardships of life in the gold mining industry. The television series captures moments of dramatic success and intense personal revelation, offering viewers a window into a unique world where the quest for gold often results in unexpected personal discoveries and changes. Through it all, Parker remains a figure who embodies both the heritage of his grandfather and the complexities of modern celebrity. His life, as depicted on the show, illustrates a journey marked by both significant gains and notable sacrifices, reflecting the enduring human struggle to balance personal desires with professional ambitions. In 1966, Carl Bjornstad decided to sell an old sawmill, a structure once pivotal for cutting lumber at the Porcupine Mine, about 35 miles west of Haines. This sawmill had seen better days, and to reach it one needed to cross the challenging Cluhany River. Quite a demanding journey. Budge McCrae, a dedicated road foreman, provided crucial help with the transportation, bringing in a lowboy and tractor to move the mill equipment to Jones Point. This project took the entire summer, demanding constant hard work under the summer sun. But by the fall, the mill was operational again, impressively producing 10,000 board feet of lumber every day. Around the same period, John Schnabel, then 68, and recently advised by doctors to stay active following heart surgery, acquired the Gold Nugget Mine in Porcupine Creek, Alaska. This wasn't just a business venture for John, it was a vital activity to maintain his health and a place to spend quality time with his family. Success in mining shifts focused to the deeper family ties and business strategies, Payson Schnabel's strategic influence. Contrary to what many might assume, John's inheritance plans for the mine didn't favor only his famous grandson, Parker. He also included his older grandson, Payson Schnabel, a detail often overlooked by the public and media. Payson Schnabel isn't just a side character in his brother Parker's shadow. Born in 1992 in Haines, Alaska, he grew up where conversations often glittered with gold, spurred by the family's mining business. After finishing high school in Haines, he left Alaska to study at the University of Northern Arizona, tackling a dual degree in construction management and business administration. Returning home with a strong educational background, Payson applied his new knowledge to improve his father's construction business, streamlining operations to enhance productivity. By 2016, he took on a significant role as project engineer, demonstrating a keen ability to manage and improve the family's operations. Apart from his engineering work, he also began investing in real estate for the Big Nugget, strategically expanding the family's assets. While his brother Parker became the familiar face of the family on television, Payson preferred to stay behind the scenes, focusing on the strategic aspects of the business. This difference in roles suited both brothers well. Parker relished the limelight, while Payson enjoyed the challenges and rewards of managing the family's operations away from public view. Payson's few appearances on the television show Gold Rush began in 2012, and although he appeared only occasionally until 2016, each appearance highlighted his solid, reliable presence within the family and the business. We're really close to the end of the trip. There's definitely a lot to think about for me. His final appearance came during a special episode that honored their grandfather, marking a poignant moment in the show's history. The story of the Schnabel brothers is one of ambition and pragmatism woven through with the pursuit of gold. Their story is as straightforward as it is complex, filled with the hard work of mining and managing large equipment, like the wash plant they nicknamed Lucifer. The process of moving this massive piece of machinery was critical. They had to dismantle it, move it, and reassemble it, ensuring everything functioned smoothly to avoid costly delays. This tale unfolds against a backdrop of both personal and professional challenges, capturing not just the hunt for material wealth, but also the quest for personal fulfillment and business success in the unforgiving terrains of Alaska. The daily operations, strategic decisions, and familial dynamics paint a vivid picture of a family deeply embedded in the world of gold mining, driven by a legacy that is as rich as the deposits they mine. In the oppressive heat of Panama, the team faces a daunting task, setting up the massive wash plant known as Lucifer on its pad. The process is filled with danger and dripping with sweat, turning into a chaotic scene quickly. Tyson, positioned high atop the pad, calls out words of encouragement. His simple commands are a stark contrast to the complex and strenuous effort unfolding below. As the crew works to maneuver the gigantic wash plant into position, the atmosphere tightens with tension. The air becomes charged with the threat of disaster as the plant nearly topples over. This close call highlights the sheer weight of the plant. Even the powerful 750-ton crane strains under its load, struggling to lift and rotate the massive structure by 90 degrees. Despite the anxiety and the intense physical labor, the crew pushes through. With sheer determination and a lot of effort, they finally manage to get Lucifer into place. The pad, now holding the massive wash plant, stands as a testament to their hard work. However, the sense of relief is fleeting. There's no time for celebrations as the next challenge looms, connecting the 120-foot super-long stacker that feeds dirt into the plant. a crucial step toward their ultimate goal of finding gold. In Panama, intense challenges test the team's limits and dedication, struggling through Panama's depths. After setting up the stacker, the first scoop of dirt from the Panama Canal is loaded with a sense of ceremony. The crew steps back, their faces a mix of tiredness and expectation, as the machine begins to operate. The loud noise of the stacker fills the air, a harsh reminder of the battle between human endeavor and the natural world. Previously, Parker's crew had managed to extract 6,000 ounces of gold, but they are still far from their ambitious target of 8,300 ounces. This latest effort, fueled by dirt from 3 different mining areas, leaves them in suspense. They wait, hopeful yet aware of the harsh realities of their situation, to see if their hard work will result in the discovery of gold. The struggle continues, each moment laden with the heavy realization that success in gold mining depends as much on perseverance and careful planning as it does on luck. In the harsh Panamanian environment, both seem to be in short supply. The narrative unfolds slowly, each step forward a mixture of hope, frustration, and the unyielding demands of the task at hand. As the machinery churns and the crew toils, the quest for gold becomes not just a physical challenge, but a test of their resolve and spirit. The journey is long, and each ounce of gold earned is a hard-fought victory against the relentless earth. The day had come for Parker and his crew to see the fruits of their season-long labor. After a challenging year that included navigating the giant machine they nicknamed Lucifer across treacherous terrain, everyone's nerves were stretched thin. Their last venture at the payback cut had earned them a respectable $190,000, setting a high bar for their current expectations. We went to spin Big Red. It's just pivoting right on the very back because it's digging in so bad. Gathered around the weigh scale, the crew watched with bated breath. This moment was about more than just weighing gold. It was about measuring the worth of every drop of sweat and every long day they had endured. The digital display finally blinked to a stop at 159 grams. The crew's relief was palpable, yet mixed with a sense of apprehension. This haul was valued at an impressive $270,000, but doubts remained. Was this enough to declare their season a success? Their total earnings now stood at $678,000. It was a large sum indeed, but the cost of reaching it had been equally large. The crew couldn't help but question whether the relentless chase for gold justified the exhaustive efforts and sacrifices they had made. With the weight of the gold confirmed, the crew took a moment to consider their journey. Every challenge they faced, from mechanical failures to personal exhaustion, was for this glittering metal that promised so much, yet demanded more in return. The high stakes of their gamble at the Panama Canal were always looming over them, pushing them to their limits. As they tallied their earnings, the reality of their situation sank in. They had achieved a substantial payoff, but at what cost? The hard work, the relentless days, the constant pressure to outdo their last performance. Was it all worth it? They looked at each other, recognizing the toll it had taken on them, wondering if the pursuit of gold was really about the money or the unyielding drive to conquer the odds. As the season drew to a close, these questions hung heavy in the air. The exhaustion of constant striving overshadowed the joy of their financial gain. Parker knew that the decisions made now would set the course for future seasons. Was it time to push harder, continue their high-stakes gambles, or reconsider what constituted success? Was the relentless pursuit of gold worth the personal costs? Share your thoughts. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content.